in that morning meeting, we have like a morning meeting every day. The ski patrol director had a tiny little puppy, just like Ripp. This little puppy throws up all over her boots. And she's like the director, like she's like the head honcho lady, seems super official, professional. Her tiny, tiny, fluffy little puppy just pukes all over her feet in like a kind of serious moment where she's the only one talking, and her dog pukes all over her feet. And I was like, I want that. I want to do that. I want to do that. I ended up becoming that dog's second handler and learning from her. That was the first dog I ever really handled. Yeah, I just started moving my way up with other dogs on the team. Yeah, he goes on my back, taught him to jump up, and he'll just jump right up here.
Do patrollers have a unique back pain from like carrying like heavy dogs?
It's more in your legs. It's more all on your legs because you'll be skiing down with this big dog.
So happy.
I know, he's just such a happy boy.
How was your relationship with skiing formed?
So my parents, they met being ski instructors in Bear Valley, and my dad was a river guide in the summers, and my mom worked in the restaurant, kind of like I do with the seasonal work. Grew up, you know, I feel like I was skiing before I could even fully walk. They would put me in a sled, or I just kept pointing up to the chairlift to my mom being like, up, like I want to go up there. And I guess I was just being like so eager about it. They were like, okay, well, I guess she just wants to go. And so then they took me up, and the rest is kind of history. I'm from Santa Cruz, which is like a beach town. We don't have any snow there, but we would come up. It's only about a 4-hour drive. Family vacations and stuff always made me want to come back.
I mean, how would you begin to describe the personality of this place?
This place like attracts so many amazing people because the beauty of being outdoors.
And you told me you still get like a sense of awe from this.
Yes, every single day it is a sense of awe. Like every single day I'm like, all of the trees, all of the amazing mountains, it's all of the reservoirs, the culture of the professional skiers that have come, legends. Legends are built and created from Tahoe, and it's just, you can feel it when you're here. It's awesome.
You told me yesterday that your mom calls you One More Malea.
Yes. It has been a reoccurring nickname my entire life. One more Malea. One more everything. Always wanting to push myself. I think that I can do everything all at once at the same time. And for the most part, I feel like I usually can.
Yeah.
I do a pretty good job of juggling everything.
How did you come to find that this was something that you could do?
Good boy, Rippy. He thinks we're just out and about going for a walk. I feel like I started off as a ski instructor. Just kind of saw the ski patrol. It's like, oh my gosh, those guys are so cool. And they get, like, some of them get to bring dogs to work, and I was super nervous to try out for ski patrol. So I made my roommate, who I lived with in a bunk bed, dragged her there, made her come to the ski patrol tryout. I was so intimidated to come. I knew it was gonna be all guys. Kind of the rest is history. We both killed it, extended the job opportunity.
Do you think that people understand what you guys do to the full extent?
I don't know. That's hard, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not sure if people do fully understand that, like, we are medical professionals, just how they maybe don't understand, like, Rip, even though he's cute and cuddly, like, he is still a working dog, you know? We're working medical professionals, so try to be professional.
I mean, do you feel comfortable when we're up here now and when you're doing your job?
Yeah, no, I feel super confident now. It's definitely a bit of an adjustment, realizing that every part of your life, like, involving the job, is done on skis. So imagine being a first responder, but then add to it, strap skis on your feet or snowboard. We do have snowboard patrol here too, which is awesome.
Intuition, where has that played a role in your journey?
Oh my gosh. Being in the backcountry, anytime I don't listen to my intuition, I always wish I did later.
Is there anything that you wish that you knew when you were first starting out, like that you wish somebody told you?
The hours, the physically demanding hours of, like, a storm cycle, when we get more than a foot of snow every single day, like, we're probably going to be going en route throwing bombs, waking up at 4 a.m. every single day, working a 12-hour shift if you get there at like 5:15 and
Yeah.
for 5
It's a
days
long
straight,
day.
it's a really long day. So
You train as a team together, like drills or that type of thing?
yeah. We definitely do a lot of trainings, no pulse, starting CPR type of thing, all the way to like major broken bones and everything. In charge of if any single lift goes down, we are all like rope access technicians and we climb up the ropes and get people down.
Like on the gondola that we went up, is that what you're referring to? Like,
Yeah.
if it stopped,
Someone would climb the tower, deploy a system, like a rigging system, but we go up in a hand descending device and you just jug up like that. Yeah, very physically demanding.
yeah,
Very physically.
extremely.
Yeah. There's nothing better than like getting on a really hard scene with all of your coworkers and just flowing and doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And
You seem like you found your own way to be yourself and be extremely successful in what you do without having to try to be someone like completely different.
yeah, no, I definitely agree that that's true. The team does harbor like an awesome, just like be yourself like group. They're so inviting and just, I definitely feel like I can be myself and hopefully everyone else on the team feels the same way. I really think they do.
For like little girls who want to be patrollers too,
Yeah.
seeing you on the slopes gives them hope whether they know it or not.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to pave the way. Just referencing how nervous I was with my ski patrol tryout, I made it kind of like a goal this year, which we successfully did, which I'm super, super proud of, is North Star. We did our first ever woman specific hiring event. Great support from my team, you know?
And you spearheaded that idea.
I did. Yeah, it was awesome. We've had a lot of like great strides for women this season, like with Rip, with his Instagram. Like I've had mothers reaching out to me being like, my girls are obsessed with this and they want to be just like you. They never knew it was possible to be a ski patroller. They never knew that job was a thing, just like me. I never knew the ski patrolling was a thing until I was, 21 years old, let alone could I do it with a dog, which for every little girl probably sounds like a dream come true. And so for me to hear that these little girls have this now dream, a job that gives me so much gratitude for the job and for be able to inspire other people. Like if you can inspire one other person, I feel like that's awesome. But to inspire a bunch of like little girls and to aspire to be, powerful women is awesome.
What do you wish that people asked you about more?
Maybe ask me like about all the like the hard work part of the job, of how I got here. I think that is so much more of the story than just like assuming that I got here for any reason. It's like, oh wow, you had to deal with a lot of adversity your entire life. Like you worked your ass off to get here, and that's the journey, is the hard work. So
I was wondering if you've had any like humbling moments that could be like on a grand scale, or it could just be like, like a wipeout on the mountain where it's like embarrassing. Like to any extent, like what are things that have kind of like brought you back down to earth?
well, something that really brought me back down to earth was about 2 years ago. I was in a near-death ski accident on a local mountain here in Tahoe. I was hitting this like cliff section right underneath a lift called KT22. The cliffs are called the Fingers. And I was doing this line kind of in the spring, like right now, kind of 2 years ago. And I had hit the chute the week before and it was great. And the week that I hit it, the snow had just melted out more than I anticipated. And my chute ended up going into my friend's chute and we collided with each other. And I went a long, long ways down the cliff, just tumbling down and couldn't stop myself and just slide for life down the rest of the slope.
Were you conscious when this was happening?
I sadly was completely conscious.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I wish I passed out. I wish I hit my head and didn't remember any of it. The worst part about it is remembering it. Yeah, I was internally degloved. It's called. I'd never heard of that before.
What does that mean?
I was filleted open.
Holy
about
shit.
15 inches along my whole hip. All of my obliques were cut. All of my muscles were cut. It went all the way down to my abdominal wall, and I was like 1 millimeter away from literally having my intestines just splayed out on the mountain, like 1 millimeter away from that. And then I broke my back, tore ligaments in my hand. I like couldn't really walk for a few months there.
Yeah.
Was in the hospital for a while.
I had no idea.
My IT band was cut. I had to have like an external drain once I was out of the hospital for almost 12 weeks, like hundreds of stitches, internal and external, and surgeries after the fact, building on each other. Yeah, I definitely didn't think I was able to walk or ski or even like have a normal life after that at all. Thinking back on that, I'm kind of only starting to associate more with it now. I dissociated, I think, from it for quite a while after the accident, just because my brain couldn't get a grasp on the severity of the accident, couldn't wrap my head around it at all. It's almost one of those things where I don't know how it could have gotten any worse,
Right.
except for me just not making it. So,
Yeah. It sounds like the definition of misery and really like hell. Like that sounds horrible.
yeah, it was the hardest thing that I've ever gone through, and hopefully the hardest thing I ever go through.
Hardest thing.
Yeah, knock on some
Knock on
wood.
I had no idea like to the extent of this incident.
Yeah.
And most people don't.
No one really knows. I don't really talk about it, and I tried to just get back on my feet, that one more Malea kind of mentality. The doctors told my parents I'd probably never be able to ski again, and my mom never told me that, and because she never told me that, I didn't think I couldn't do it, and so I just started doing it every single day. Like, I was at physical therapy twice a day, every single day, for like, I was there like 5 hours a day. I obviously have a job I have to get back to.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 months later, after multiple surgeries, so many hours of physical therapy, and I came back to ski patrol after 8 months of almost losing my life in the ski accident. So
it's incredible and insane thing that has happened.
Yeah.
When you think about it now, what do you make of it?
I honestly just feel like I have a second chance for life, and to not waste time on things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Like, just make the most of everything in that moment right then. Like, anything that is happening next week doesn't really matter. Just like be present with the people that you're with in the moment as much as you can, and just like do cool shit. Do cool shit while you can, and be outside and be in nature and just do what makes you happy. Like, do what makes you happy. Hang out with the friends that make you feel like you're the most special person in the world. Just don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Makes me almost tear up.
Yes, same with me.
It was a really, really long, hard recovery. Like, not sugarcoating anything. Like, it had so many ups and downs, and was just like, I still have complete numbness in most of the right side of my leg and hip and right side of my body, basically. And that nerve damage will probably never come back. So it's kind of crazy.
Is there anything that you wish that people knew about it?
To be gentle on yourself, be gentle in your mind. I think the healing process for me was like going through the stages of grief, constantly being angry that maybe my body wasn't where it should have been. Angry, sad, why me? Like, why did this happen to me? What did I do wrong? Why do I deserve this? Like, you gotta just let it go and realize, like, it was just people. I hate, it makes me so mad being like, it'll make you stronger, because that pisses me off so much, because it almost undermines the fact about how hard the journey was for recovery.
Right.
It's like, well, it'll make you stronger. It's like, well, yeah, but it really sucks right now, type of thing.
Right.
So having a support system was to me the part that got me through. Was my my friends in this Tahoe community just absolutely just backed me, supported me. There was people at my house, people in the hospital every single day. Like my parents had to wait in the lobby for all my friends to come see me every single day. My friend that was in the collision with me, she's still to this day one of my best friends. The entire world, she like slept in the parking lot. Like I was never alone. And like I just can't get over the the Tahoe community. Just like that. Just like that. People just want to support other people here. So
It's incredible.
yeah.
Seriously. Do you have any things that you want to give space to, or like any questions?
Tell your friends you love them. Give your friends a hug. Tell them you love them. Tell them you appreciate them. And just don't take anything for granted. And change is okay. Like I love change because I'm very spontaneous, but it is hard. But just maybe try to lean into it instead of lean against it, type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.